Hey y'all, happy Veterans Day. Let me check a couple things real quick to make sure my audio is right. Is it right, child? I don't know. Anyway, we are gonna get on in here. You see the thumbnail, child. I have been promoted. Okay, y'all. Hey, I saw Brown Girl Bella in here a moment ago. Let me see what I saw her comment earlier. I had posted the context of part of the video what made me come on here today. I think the caption was DoDash got me on here or something, and she said, "Hi, Sora, I'm here. I didn't know who she was either. LOL. Hey, Cassandra, how are you? My goodness, y'all, I didn't think nobody was gonna be in here. I thought I was gonna be talking to myself and getting on down. Hope you are doing well, Brown Girl Bella, and Cassandra. Hope you're doing well in the A Town. Okay. Um. So real quick, so yeah, I showed y'all this pop up that your girl is getting promoted, child. I'm about to be a Mimo or Glam Ma. What I had a thing. Hold on, y'all. I'm like, oh my goodness, I gotta tell y'all about that in just a minute. But where is it? It's been so long. That's why I needed to get my hind parts on in here. Am I gonna be a Gigi, a Glam Ma, a Big Mama, a Little Mama, Miss Yo Yo? But we got us a little one that is on the way. Did I do some homework? I thought I did some things. Yeah, child. I'm about to be a glamour. I blurred his face out because I didn't have his consent to put his face on here today because I couldn't get in contact with them. Child, they up in Honolulu right now. So yeah, I'm about to be a grandma, child. I was so shocked. I was shocked, y'all. Let me tell you how I found out. I was at work. Okay. Now let me tell you about these young folks. These young folks, okay? She in her 30s, okay? You know how them young folks go. If you know, you know, you know. So I'm in the financial secretary's office and I'm talking to it's three people in there. The financial secretary, me, and another lady. Now the other lady that's in there. Hey Pearl. People in real life, okay? So the other lady that's in there, I know her through my daughter. She and my daughter ran track. And so it was a full circle moment when she started working with us. Okay. But anyway, they went to college together, high school together, friends, the friend circle, travel, girl, you know what I'm saying? Friend group, traveling internationally. Okay, that type of. So she know. So I'm in the financial secretary's office trying to do something, get something, look for something, whatever. Because the day before, I had left work sick. I mean, we had a busy week. It has been a busy week, y'all. I think my battery in me just pooped out. Can't make it. I can't make it. I can't push. I can't go. Cause I'm a pusher. I got perfect attendance last month, child. Who's the loser? Loser, baby. Oh, child. Okay, anyway. So I'm in the got sick. So I was pushing through. So I may have gone in there to talk to her about making sure that I was coded correctly or that it was a half day or whatever, whatever, whatever. So the lady was in there, lady number three. My daughter's friend was in there. So she was like so excited. She was like, get your britches ready. What is she talking about? I'm thinking, this is the day after the election. I'm thinking, yeah, the day after the election, because everybody feeling all different kinds of ways or whatever, but I was just literally exhausted. Okay. I'm thinking, did you open your Instagram? I'm thinking, is she talking about something that we supposed to do? She's also an AKA. So I'm like, are we supposed to be somewhere or do something or what's going on? So you know, Ticky still ain't feeling well, so still like what? So my Instagram wouldn't open up fast enough. Like I got an iPhone 11 Pro Max, but baby folks always want to know what kind of phone is that? You take good pictures. Got to bring it in here. So if you're calling me, I can't hear you. So I couldn't get my phone opened up fast enough to the Instagram. So let me show you. Girl, prepare yourself. I don't mean this for. I'm still like, what are you talking about? I look at the Instagram and I see these pictures. It's like 10, 11, 12 pictures. First of all, congratulations to my baby. But first of all, why I gotta find out when the financial secretary find out? Okay, I had to find out like everybody else, everybody who knows her, found out on Instagram. She didn't tell no other person but him and her knew, and the doctors, of course. but nobody else knew. So some folks get a little salty, you know what I'm saying? Might be, but why I have to find out? Because at first I was like, oh, I just talked to you on your birthday a couple of days ago, and you ain't said nothing. Because baby do Cinco de Mayo, baby. Baby due in May. So I'm like, I'm the math is math, and you just talked to you a couple days ago, a few days ago, and was talking about your birthday, sending you birthday money. You know how mama's gonna do. Gonna always, no matter how old the baby gonna get, you gonna always try to slide a little coin. Like, heifer, you ain't. I got to find out when the financial secretary find out, and she don't even know you. But I got it. I wasn't ever upset, ever, never. But it was just, I was just totally shocked. I'm like, well, maybe that's why I was sick yesterday. Child, I was sick the day before. Not really, but it was a lot. But I was like, oh my God, I'm about to be a GG or a yo-yo or something. But let me tell you, I always told her to do two things. And if you've seen the video, you know. One, she ran track. One, run fast. And I ain't raising no baby. But I mean, like when she was young, So she grown, and she is a spoiled princess, okay, out of her own mouth. So anybody that can take care of my baby and make her happy, and then gonna make me a Gigi, oh baby, I'm excited. I'm so excited, y'all. So as opposed to retiring, child, look like Gigi gonna have to keep on working, child. Gonna have to keep on working. Oh my goodness, y'all. Okay, so I was watching YouTube. So here I am with the DoorDash. I did some work because I'm using StreamYard and I'm paying for it. I'm gonna get all this working. So I was watching, finally settle down. I've been hearing about DoorDash, she's doing this and blah blah blah. I'm like, what the heck is DoorDash? And I had heard other content creators talking about DoorDash. I'm like, now I know DoorDash because I order food through DoorDash. I'm like, then one day I think I saw her pop up, but I didn't have time to watch. I think she had on a Dasher shirt, like a DoorDash. But I guess she DoorDash. I don't know. So I'm like, who is this lady? So people, other content creators are um being inspired by her to crack the YouTube algorithm, and I'm assuming because I went to her channel and I sorted her videos by the most popular because I'm like, whatever this thing is, because she's been making content for a while, so whatever this thing is that she's doing now is the thing that has tapped into the algorithm or broke the internet, whatever, you know what I'm saying? So I think I did a thing because she told people if you ain't got nothing to talk about me. I'm like, oh, okay. But so I'm gonna pop up this pop thing here. Did I? Oh, here it is. I think it's here. So it's this is her channel, DoorDash, and I think her theme is live free. I don't know everything about her, but so right now she got as of today 55,000.2 subscribers, 279 videos, and what she does according to her tagline, she's sharing wisdom, laughs, and fun while living free. Now I don't know what the free means because I don't know, but the video. Oh, hold on, y'all. But the video that I watched of hers first. I sorted them by most popular. And the one that I popped up into was if you're over 50, get your on YouTube right now. So that's the video I actually tuned into as opposed to the most popular one because I think I had seen that one in passing but didn't know what was going on. So I didn't watch that one. And that video has over 335,000 views. And the second one is 325,000 views or something like that. So that's the one I popped into. Y'all, when I saw that, she had me in the first, I think, 10 seconds. Okay, first of all, she in her car. Now, I love a car vlog. She in her car talking, probably on her phone. I think she said she used an iPhone 10. Okay, okay, come on, 10. I still have a 10. My mama's phone, I gave her a 10 when I upgraded to the 11. But anyway, it was a good camera, so she's using what she's got to make videos. And somehow she's tapped into the algorithm and making content. I think she's saying that people over 50 should get on YouTube because she's doing it. I think she's about 42. And I think last month she made so much money. Let me see. I think I did a little thing, she was saying that she made, let's see, I had did a little DoorDash. She's 42 years old, and last 3 weeks she's earned $2,500 on YouTube in 3 weeks. Now we know if you are an old school YouTuber, that is an anomaly. That don't happen for everybody. First of all, you got to get monetized, and then you got to have the ads running on your channel. And so, so all of that. Maybe she was monetized, but then I don't even know. No, I think her other video said she got monetized. Whatever. It's an anomaly. Okay, don't happen to everybody every day. So with that, I say kudos and congratulations to her. Now, being a YouTuber, and I hadn't intended to just talk on DoorDash for a long time, but it's just, I know that this does not happen for everybody. You got people, myself, other people that I know, and other people that I don't know that have been out here trying to figure out, how to make it on YouTube, how to make YouTube your full time income, your full time hustle, or what have you, or even just a side time thing. Because I know back in the day, my inspiration and my forever, for you, it might be DoorDash that maybe inspired you to do the thing on YouTube. But for me, it was Lisa Irby from back in the day. If you old school, you know Lisa Irby. She would come on and talk about YouTube and AdSense and uh, to create a website and things like that on how, and she was showing her checks when back in the day it was nobody talked about money on YouTube. You couldn't show your earnings or anything like that. But I guess she found a way to say it was okay. And I was like so inspired. So I always think about Lisa Irby. So whoever your person is that inspires you to what is that, y'all? I don't know. I see stuff. I don't even know. But I see fireworks, child. I don't even know. It's so much stuff going on with technology now. And I know tech. I am part of the tech in the building, but some things I don't know. Like if you do this right here, I think something happened at some point. Anyway, it won't happen now because I'm trying. But anyway, Lisa Irby was that person for me that made it because everybody was talking, oh, this and do that and put this on your, and it was a bunch of, it wasn't it. So when you're trying to get advice, you want to be careful who you get advice from because not every advisor is worthy or knowledgeable. Because I've heard people say some things and I'm like, I don't work for YouTube, but I know enough about YouTube, but that ain't even right. That is not it. I used to do YouTube tips videos, should have stayed with it, but I wasn't sure. I did not, I got out of the thing, but I I became a person who made YouTube tips videos because I loved it. I enjoyed it, but I wasn't making no $2,500 a month. But kudos to her. But yeah, you just got to know who you're getting your information from and your inspiration, and take it and make it your own. You know what I'm saying? Because not everybody can give you good advice, and what works for DoorDash might not work for you or me or the next person, but it might. Because I've seen lots of content creators who are considered smaller YouTubers, I'm a small YouTuber as well. But in perspective that, you know what, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I don't have my feelings or my worth tied up into numbers on YouTube because we know sometimes that ain't real life. Real life is when you go to the mailbox and you got mail with your name on it and them bills got to be paid. Okay. So TikTok, Instagram, all the things. Sometimes, how many takes you got to take to make it look effortless? Because, case in point, last week at work, I had a student. Okay, I'm all over the place, but I got some notes, but it's all over the place. So I had a student, no, a teacher. Hey, you left early, and I had to end. No, they didn't even come to work. No, that's what it was. They didn't come to work. Hey, pearls. And I had to end up keeping their kids. I'm like, you didn't. I heard it over the intercom. I'm like, hey, when were you gonna tell me for this person's kids to report to the library? I found out on the intercom. But maybe there's a pre-shadowing to where my daughter was gonna tell me she was pregnant. So I'm like, what? So I turned lemon into some lemonade because as opposed to bringing, I didn't know how many kids was gonna come. I took them into the gym, and so inside the gym was a basketball player. Now, who he was with, child, I don't know, one of the students. Child, I didn't realize I wasn't paying attention because I'm trying to keep these kids in order who I don't know who they are. I'm trying to corral them. Hey, don't go nowhere, sit down, stay here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, count. So it puts you in an unfair situation, a liability situation when you don't know who you got. So I'm keeping my eye on them, and I see the student, he's dropping baskets. I mean, 3-pointers. I finally tuned in when he got in the bleacher, like the second, third row of the bleachers. Boom, banking shots. This is middle school now. I don't know if it's maybe 7th grade or 8th grade. But he dropping them like Steph Curry. You know how Steph Curry, if they go in the bleachers and be shooting warm ups or whatever. Bam, 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 bam. I thought, oh, wait a minute, hold on. I got my phone. Let's film that because that was worthy. So, of course, when I started filming, he couldn't make not one bucket. Not a bucket fell in. But guess what? I kept filming. So I told him, I said, well, you know what? Let's just keep shooting. And when you get the shot, I will edit it down. So I know I'm the school social media person. I know the edit, all that. So I know what we see on social is not sometimes real life or what's really happening. Not to discredit for those that it is, but on the average, everybody's life that you see is all, not always. Some yes, some no, some in the middle. Cause child, I started to come up on here like, look, hey, at least I put a headband on, cause this right here, fuzzy, these locks, baby, need to be redone. And it's growing so fast. But anyway, got a lock update shortly. So I know I took all of those bricks that he was shooting, edited them out, and just made it boom, bank. But he had been banking them all the time, but it's just, the pressure, I guess, of the camera being on. So I know that what we see is not always real on social. So, but I do thank DoorDash for giving me the inspiration to come on here because I am paying for StreamYard. And if you are a StreamYarder, you know there's been some changes with the ownership, the pricing, the structuring, the layout. It's just so much. And it's like, wait a minute, everything is just, life is just lifing and happening fast. Things are changing. Things are just, some things don't make no sense. Some things like, what? They don't make now bit of sense or whatever. But, so I couldn't even come on and do a live until on StreamYard that I accepted their new legal terms. Now I know I last month was invited to a video conference with I guess I can say this. I don't know. But anyway, I was invited to talk with someone from StreamYard, I would say like that. And it went really well, the conversation, just in terms of, how you want to get grassroots feedback, when changes happen. What do you call it? I can't think of the word. But anyway, so I was happy to sit down and talk to them. But before I could log on to this video, I had to accept their terms. Now, overnight, I was like, now what? I done paid up for a year because I went on ahead before the price structure changed and went on and paid for the year because I had been a monthly subscriber, but then I went on and paid for the year. So I'm like, well, okay, I should be good, right? Even with the price change, I got a year. Child, reading the term, it's like if you're a Shark Tank person and you know Mr. Wonderful, when he started talking about perpetuity, that means forever and ever and amen and relinquishing this and so no refund. So what you gonna do, Hoppo? So I figured, I gotta structure this thing just right to where I paid my money. And you talk of perpetuity. I do have other options, but anyway, so you get what I'm saying. So my StreamYard might be limited to certain things, but I don't know. But anyway, so Cassandra, I know you're a StreamYard, Brown Girl Bella. Sorry, girl, sorry. It's also a StreamYard as well. So it's a choice we have to make. Everything got some fine print and some this and some that. We don't know what's to come in the future. You know what I'm saying? But we have to protect our peace. Protect our peace. And with that, I got a couple comments, y'all. Okay. Oh, hey, Naturally Nay 61. Hi, how are you? Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Yeah, StreamYard is getting so expensive. And like I said, I went ahead and paid for the year because you save a couple of dollars, but with the price hike, but I think I renewed before they announced the price hike. I think that was what I thought. If something just said, hey, go ahead and renew because you really enjoy the platform, it's the easiest platform. It's so easy. You could be talking about it, and the next little bit you doing it, you live, you learning the things, and it's really the easiest platform I've tried before I even started StreamYard. I've tried OBS. You don't have to pay for that, but it's intricate and it weighs on your computer. So you've got to have a good computer to use that. Ecamm Live is for Macs only. I'm a Mac head person, but I logged in there and the scenes and the this, it was just like headache. And I'm a tech person, I'm a tech. But once I get settled in some things, like a stream, leave me alone. I don't want to learn nothing new. I don't want to learn this or this and that. If I'm happy with StreamYard, I should have been able to just stay with StreamYard. But it's gonna be a lot going on. I don't know what they're gonna get the head bashed or lose customers because customers are really unhappy about the price hike. Sometimes you can shoot yourself in the foot. You got a good thing, I think. But anyway, we'll see. Yeah, it's crazy. The fees and then it's international. When Dave engaged Dan engaged first when I first discovered they were the owners. StreamYard was the founder and owners. Is how they would address themselves. And then at some point they sold a part of it to some company, then they still was part owner, I believe, but I'm sure they made a bucket of money, but they were still able to come on. And then I don't know what happened. Maybe they had lots of offers, because in the pandemic, everybody was using, not everybody, but a lot of people were using StreamYard because it was the absolute easiest to use. Because I've taught a lot of people how to use StreamYard. I mean, not, but I've introduced StreamYard to people and they found their way. You know what I'm saying? So, but then they resold, I guess, everything. They just did the company. I guess the company that bought them, I forgot the name of the company, said, "Hey, they sold it to a whole other entity that is in Europe." So now you got that on top of everything, and then the price structure, and it's a lot. So I'm gonna have to weigh my options into the next year. Now I do have I've had Ecamm for a while, and it's just sitting there because it does need the resources of my computer in order to work, and it's not just it's intuitive and easy as StreamYard. So we'll see, we'll see. So yeah, so she said that's me. Once I've mastered something, we riding. Okay, we look, we ain't got to go dibbling and dabbling trying to figure out. But let me see what this do. Let me look up. We riding. So I'm hoping that they will take into consideration when they look at the bottom line, because if you losing customers like in droves, you can't triple and double the fees and thinking that people gonna stay. I just don't see that happening. I stayed, but going forward, I don't know, because if I'm gonna be on a fixed income at some point, baby, I can't afford that much money unless it's really, 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 really bringing that money in multiple times overnight. If it makes sense and you can afford it and you are earning that money back, whether brand deals or AdSense or whatever, collaborations or whatever. And if it makes sense for you and you can afford it, I mean, yeah, stick with it. And if that becomes the case for me, but yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot compared to other platforms in their niche, or it's a lot, but it is the absolute easiest to use. So, and I think there's a lot of others coming, but again, so let me go back to the topic that I had, that I had, but um, the way I said DoorDash got me in the first 10 seconds was in that video when she was talking about you sick of them nasty potlucks. Baby, I fed up. I was like, oh yeah, you got me, because first of all, she made me laugh. I could identify with what she's talking about. So when you can do that with a channel, there's something there. And then many more people can identify. Now, not to say there haven't been other people who made content that was identifiable, but she found a secret thing that got her in there. Maybe more people resonated and shared and commented, because sometimes it had gotten to the point where people support, but it feels like maybe they only support certain content, or they might watch, but they don't give it a thumbs up, or they might comment, they don't give it a thumbs up. You know what I'm saying? So I think she may have put things into perspective, and people just felt warm and fuzzy and wanted to do all the things like comment, share, subscribe, all those things, and then go ahead and make a video of your own because she inspired you to do something. Because sometimes as a small content creator, you might feel like nobody understands or nobody listens, or the big wheel does not see or hear me because I'm not bringing in 1 million subscribers with 10 million views and things like that. I understand that, but you can't have your esteem tied into that, but it's easy to fall and feel like, oh, but comparison is the thief of joy. And so if you shouldn't compare, it's almost sometimes hard not to, but just run your race and realize, whatever. It's for you. It's for you. But so child, when she was talking about some nasty potlucks, let me tell you, that resonated with me loud and clear because I'm not a potluck person. Now, mind you, I travel. I'm from the country. I've seen some things, done some things. I have eaten and will probably still will eat at gas stations. I've eaten at truck stops. You know what I'm saying? That aroma, and you look around trying to make sure you don't see nothing that looks disgusting. That say, oh no, but now you don't know what the back looking like. But you kind of peek and see, okay, the hands clean, they got on gloves. Okay, at least you're trying. And when I do things like that locally, I still bring all of my food home and put it in the microwave. I don't care if it's a salad. I put it in for a few seconds, just kind of, just in case there's something on there. But yeah, I've eaten in truck stops and gas stations. The best barbecue ribs I have ever had came from a gas station. It wasn't even in the gas station. It was a man who had a truck. Now this is before food trucks were, all the rage or what have you. This was a man with a truck with a barbecue pit on the back that had, I don't know if he leased the space from the gas station. Shout out to Jackson, Mississippi. If you know, Northside Drive, the man at the Exxon, baby, them ribs he had, you would sit out in the car and wait. Now, I still don't know what that taste was, but whatever it was, he had, and it wasn't nothing extravagant. It had to be the right. Okay, that's what it was. Okay, um, let's see. Okay, so brown belt. I'm sorry, pretty girl. Brown girl Bella. Okay, says we will soon, Soror. I'm claiming that for us. Absolutely. Thank you. Yes, thank you. So, and I will link everybody who has a channel. Cassandra has a channel. Brown girl Bella has a channel. I will link everybody below. Everybody. Well, both of these ladies are in the beauty and lifestyle space, so I will link them below, so that you can go and check them out and subscribe. If you feeling their vibe, go ahead and subscribe, baby. I'm a rapper, and I've been promoted to a GG, baby. Okay, focus. But yeah, so eating at the gas station, at the whatever, I have. But my thing is, at the potlucks, I am not a potluck person. Never have been, because I grew up in the church. Okay, and you would look when we used to have like Sundays when two different things. Like either the pastor would come to the person's house. Every family, looking at this now is crazy, but every family had a Sunday to feed the pastor. And so the pastor would come, and the grandma, big mama would spend the night before not eating, but cooking all this good looking food and get cakes, and you smell it up the house, and you can't have none because the greedy preacher coming by to eat. My granddad, it wasn't like anything inappropriate, but it was just like, where did that come from? Oh, well, I think probably because sometimes pastors traveled. It wasn't like a local pastor. It was someone who may have traveled. He may have had different churches. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I think that's what it is. I think I had to ask Auntie. I think she watching. She probably knows and laughing right now. Hey, Auntie. So it was our turn to feed the preacher, feed the pastor, and Big Mama frying chicken and baking cakes and mashed potatoes and whatever else. Did you greens? Oh, you got to have the greens and the peas. You know what I'm saying? All of those things, and the cornbread with the butter on it. The butter just slide and roller skating across the top of that bread, but you can't hell none. Cause to the preacher come, you sitting up in there in the back because you can't be at the table with the preacher and the grown folks. But then it became some other things. I think maybe this was after a funeral or something when, the family, and you understand after the fact how things work. We would feed the family and the people who came to the funeral, whatever. People brought dishes. Now, depending on who was dish was under the thing, you recognize, oh, that's so and so crock pot, or that's blah 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 Tupperware. But that bowl over there, you don't want that. And you look at it, it's watery. And if the wig was sitting up wrong, I know I'm gonna get a phone call after this live. I know it. I know it. But you know I'm telling the truth, Auntie. You know I'm telling the truth. But I don't eat everybody's cooking. Now, some people I have no problem with. You know what I'm saying? Like, not just family, but just like people out. You know what I'm saying? If let's say you're in a work situation, it might be somebody at work that okay, but not, And this year we have a whole lot of new people, and then for some reason, hey, Pearl, people in real life, I got somebody campaigning, y'all, to have a weekly potluck. What? Weekly? Now, mind you, now let me set the scenario for you. If you work in a cubicle, you work from home, or whatever. Sometimes I'll say the school building, you got teams. You might have the sixth grade, the seventh grade, the eighth grade, and then they might feel like a little family. A little family. They work long enough together, blah blah blah. But child, they got me on exploratory team. Now, mind you, I'm a librarian. Okay, first and second of all, I'm not. I've always been an island. I don't belong over here. I ain't over there. I am here because I'm here to do the work. I had somebody say one time, if hey Pearl, the person said that they might be watching. Hey you, because I know you watching. I know this, y'all. I can't tell you why, but I know that they were high task, low social. I am high task and low social at work. Let me tell you, you a faker. Look, I'm there to get my work done, do the work, do the thing, pour it all in, get in my car and go. Yeah, I can be friendly, I can be social a little bit, you know what I'm saying? But I don't have to eat at your pot to be cordial with you. I don't trust everybody. Let me just say that. Now I got it. I said it. I don't trust everybody. I don't trust everybody. I don't trust how everybody handle food. You know what I'm saying? What might work for you and your family, licking at the pot or doing the thing. You got pets running all across the counter and on top of your neck, on your head while you cooking. I don't want that. I don't want that. The mailman knows when I am cooking. Don't talk to me. Don't I'm not like that, but in particular, I don't need I don't lap out the pot. I don't. I might have a second spoon. Okay, how you watching the cooking show? They have a spoon that they use and top paper, plastic. But I don't trust everybody's cooking it. I don't. And people sometimes at work act like you don't have a choice. Like you can't say no. You don't want a potluck. Like, oh, so and so makes good. So and so. Well, I don't want it, and I don't want to pretend. So if you're watching this and you work with me, tell the people it's not that I don't want to fellowship. First of all, I'm still wearing a mask because all the things, people getting sick still, and people coming in who don't ever wear a mask, and then one day you see them, they got, where you been? What you been? Let me stay out the way. I don't need it. I don't need it. Give me my money. I'm gonna go to work, do my job, and then I'm going to go home. I can cook. I am a decent cook. Now mind you, hey Pearl, there are people who, if I said I'm baking cupcakes, they right there. But my thing is, that's a certain segmented population of people. The same segmented population of people that if they tell me they running over to the store or they baking something or they got something, certain people yes, I might indulge, or they got the grill out on fire, the grill up. Yeah, certain people, but not everybody, because sometimes people, when they come to free food, first of all, some people lose their mind. I'm so happy that I can cook because food does not excite me. They get in line, who their stomach's happy. They don't excite me because I see some things that I don't like the way some things are handled. If you got a pan or a crock pot that's been sitting here for weeks, and then here come you want to do something, now you want to throw some stuff in the crock pot, where you watching it at? I just see. Mm-mm. Let me give you a few things. I don't want y'all throwing up on here on veterans. But here's some other things in my life that I have seen, not just on social media, but let me give you one right here on social media. It's not bad. It's just a caption. It's not going to be anything. I don't believe in making people sick. Uh, but this caption right here was just from a few weeks ago. Now, this says employees' homemade meal blamed for mass food poisoning at seafood distributor that left 46 people sick. Child, that's everybody in my building, and most people in my building sick because they done ate something. That's just not my building. This is something that happened in Maryland. Yep. Okay. It says an employee's homemade meal was blamed for the mass food poisoning outbreak at a Maryland seafood distributor. Now, at the end, if you want to read the story, I'll try to put it below, but you can just Google employee Maryland seafood, make everybody sick. What you'll find it. I was like, what? Now, it may not have been intentional. It may not have been intentional. It may have been that something was left at a different room temperature. You know what I'm saying? So when you taking stuff to work at the potluck, where you storing this stuff? How you gonna heat it up? I mean, those are the things that I think of. You know, you might have a refrigerator in the thing in the lounge, but how secure is that? I don't trust everybody handling food. I just don't. But 46 people got food poisoning from eating at a potluck. I can't remember what they made, but mayonnaise will kill you. Let me tell you, I know, Auntie. My auntie almost took me out one time. I'm gonna be confession now. So my auntie potluck. No, it wasn't potluck, but I was a kid. Okay, so my auntie. Okay, it's a long story, but when you got a bunch of youngins at the house, all the nieces and nephews at the house, might have been summertime, so we all at Big Mama house. So they had something at work. Okay, don't turn away, Auntie. They had something at work, so they had some leftover. They had some leftover stuff. So I guess she brought home. Well, my little nieces and nephews might want this. Let me. It was a lot, so they had plenty. So we young. So she brought home this macaroni salad. Macaroni salad. It looks so good. You know when they have the corporate stuff and they bring the pans in the back in the 80s. So they had the night. Oh yeah, we get some stuff my auntie job. It's got some fancy macaroni pasta and the different color pasta, the multicolor pasta, and I don't know what else it had there, but it was just creamy. Oh yeah. So me, once again, I put it in the microwave. Not necessarily kill germ, but baby, I thought it was cheese. Okay, you see where we going. You see the food poisoning coming on down the line. You see it. I heated up that mayonnaise that I thought was a creamy cheese. I don't even like mayonnaise, but I thought it was cheese. It was so thick and creamy. I thought it was cheese. I thought it was like Alfredo. So I'm pigging out. Child, I thought I was going to meet the maker. Now, from that day to this one, I still don't like mayonnaise. But I sure ain't gonna eat no hot mayonnaise. Baby, hot mayonnaise almost took me out. Okay? Uh-uh. Nope, nope, nope. And I don't know much you gonna remember that or not, but And then other things that I have seen, on social media, people on social, especially after 2020 or even before 2020, but people will be showing you what they doing. You seeing dead bugs on the counter or things marching on the counter or dogs crawling around or barking. If a dog barking, wow, 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 where's that elk? Anyway, so just certain things I just don't want. You know what I'm saying? And then uh just things that people who are like myself don't like potlucks. will share things that they found that they see. This is why we don't need potluck. We don't want this because people doing this and people showing this. And then you had things, news stories, where it was some teachers who were feeding students cupcakes or something that they purposefully put things from her husband in the cake, and was feeding the kids. So I just feel like there was a sinister thing about that you were watching somebody eat something that you've done something nasty to. Now, not everything with potluck is something nasty or whatever, or intentionally nasty or intentionally poisoning people. But when you know what you know, why would you go and I don't have to fellowship like that. Food don't excite me. So if you're watching me, Pearl, I don't want to do no potluck, and that's the reason why. I don't trust people's cooking. I don't want everybody's cooking. I will drink water all day. If my stomach could be growling, caving in to the back, I don't want it. Now, certain things I will indulge in, but for the most part, I don't want it. And you can't make me. Some people act like, eat this. I don't want that. Ooh, so make some good small circle of people that I would eat from at my job. Now, personal stories, then we're gonna get on off this so I can get on out here. I want to be on here for 30 minutes. Personal things that I have seen in my own life. Nothing disgusting, but just things that people have said. This is some things in the 80s and the 90s that I heard and saw with my own. So first thing I'm gonna tell you what I heard. A lady, one of my classmates from high school, said that they were having a family reunion, and whoever was in charge of the cooking, they figured they were about to leave church and they had to go home and thaw. Or the old folks in the country say unthaw, but that's like saying refreeze, unthaw, because to thaw something, right? It thaw to make it room, not room temperature, but un, whatever. Anyway, so whoever this person was had to go and unthaw all these chickens, and they were gonna put them in the bathtub. That's the 80s now. This is not social media 2021, 2, 3, 4. No, this was in the 80s. Somebody was getting ready for a family reunion, throwing chicken in the bathtub. Now, okay, moving on from that. That was enough for me. Because sometimes when people do things in mass, what is she talking about? Hold on, y'all. Oh, what's it? No. Alexa, cancel. Child, now when I call her, she don't hear. But when I ain't trying to talk to her, or when she just going on and on, I'm expecting a package. I thought she was telling me my package was here. No, but anyway, sometimes when people have mass quantities of food, they feel like they got to do a lot of, they may not be as thorough as a restaurant might would be. Have the facilities for a restaurant, so they got to be creative. No, with my own eyes and ears, I was at a particular person's house. It was a lady, and it's back in the day in the 90s. I was there with her son. Okay, so the mother had a little barbecue going in the back. Had some meat on there. It looks so good. It looks so good. And the mother could cook, So I'm like, I hadn't really eaten a whole lot of the mother's food, but I would see some things. Still look good, but no, thank you. So mother was uh need to put some barbecue sauce on the meat, on the chicken. I think it was some chicken. Looking leg. I don't like leg quarters, but it was some leg quarters. But anything with some smoke on it, it's gonna be good. Okay, you can eat around the parts you don't like. So she said she's about to. She didn't have a mop. You know how you take the mop like a design for barbecues, like a little mop, but it's for cooking. You put it in the barbecue sauce, dip it in there, and then you apply the barbecue sauce to your meat or whatever. So she was like, "Oh, I don't have a mop." So she told her son, go in the kitchen, in the house in there, and open the hall closet and get one of them bath rags out of there. She was telling him to go get a body towel so that she could mop barbecue sauce onto the chicken. I was like, "Ooh, I ain't really ate none of your cooking before, Miss Ma'am, and I won't be no more." So I was like, I know, I know. I was like, mm-mm. I don't do potluck. And one other final thing I have seen with my own eyes, and this was not a person who was housing insecure. I don't think they were food insecure at all. Mm-mm. To each of her own, you know. But I'm just saying that opened my eyes to, you know. Okay, I'll give you two more, one more, two more, one more. This one and then one more. So the person was mm, in a place. I'll just say this: in a place where there are lots of people and they're eating, like in a, let's say, a restaurant, maybe like a restaurant. So let's just say you're at a restaurant or something like that, and you're going through the buffet. Let's just call it a buffet, okay? You're going through the buffet. You have to go through the buffet because you have to go. You know, you have to. Everybody who, because you bought the ticket, you gotta go. So let's just say you had your buffet plate, and you know you too cool to eat. You don't want this, so you just go and you throw everything in the trash when you get to the end, out the line. You don't want it. They made you go, so you're just gonna throw it in the garbage, okay? I saw someone go into the trash because each of the plates had something on it, like say fruit, vegetables, whatever. Went into the trash. They had bags to put out the garbage can into the bag that they were gonna take home. Now, mind you, you do your thing with what you want to do. If you got, but for me to see the action going into the garbage and into a thing and saying that I'm going to use this for later, yeah, that's fine if that's your thing too. But that later could become something that you want to feed somebody. You don't know where the stuff is coming from, whether it's, you know, whatever it is, whatever it's made out of from this and made into that. Don't give it to me. I want you to eat it. If you enjoy, if you're not afraid of, you know, it's not for me. Mm-mm. So one other final thing that I used to eat at school back in the early days on Fridays. We would have fried catfish for the teachers on Friday. And it was so good. You know how cafeteria food in a school sometimes is gone down, but that fish on Fridays was still like, oh yeah, fish and spaghetti on Fridays, fish and macaroni and cheese. The cheese on the macaroni was creamy. It wasn't mayonnaise. It was creamy cheese, government cheese. Okay, and so uh um it was good. So I had cafeteria duty, and so I saw someone come from behind. Something fell from over on the side of the cafeteria lady. Something fell on the floor. She had gloves on. They were having tacos or tortillas or something that particular day. Um, so the person came from behind the thing to pick up some lettuce. So I think some lettuce had fallen. So here's the floor. Here's the lettuce on the floor. Let's see. Okay, let's just say this the lettuce. Okay, lettuce. So they got their gloves on. They picking up it's like a smaller piece of lettuce. So it wasn't, that's where they had to touch the floor and touch the lettuce in order to get it. Okay. So they doing this, touching, get it, throw it in whatever they did with it. And I'm watching. Went right back, didn't change gloves, right back to picking up tortilla shells and feeding the kid. Nope, nope, mm-mm, nope. That was that was too much for me. And those are the things that you see. One more. I was in a restaurant one time in the mall here in Memphis, and it was some type of restaurant that had like a griddle where you could see the people, you know, put your meat on there and they chopping it up. It was like a fast food restaurant, but it was in the mall. I was so hungry. I wanted this bread with this grilled meat on it and lettuce and tomato and mustard. You know what I'm saying? Just, whoever it was that was cooking, he was talking. So mind you, he talking, he mad. So, he's expelling little particles onto. Okay, so I'm already feeling like, you know what, just go. So I'm still in the line, like deciding, am I gonna get out of here, or am I gonna, trust that the griddle is gonna take care of itself, the fire gonna get that part. That's why I do not eat other people's food. Listen, I'm telling you, I will not lie to you, and that's why no ma'am, I don't know, no, you, listen, I don't want to make nobody sick. That's why I try not to go into too much detail, but it's totally growth, 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 growth. So, so back to the restaurant. So I'm sitting here contemplating, like, well, this before, way before 2020. Well, my uncle would say, fire would kill it. I'm still contemplating, and maybe it's not, it was, but he was cutting up something. Child, he cut his hand and blood didn't stop gushing out. Now, first of all, I could have fainted. But blood was gushing out. Hit the griddle. Boop, child. I left. I don't know what happened after that, but I was like, oh no, they need to have shut that place down. I don't know if the other people, um, if they left or not, but this one right here, yeah, whatever it was, that kind of curbed me from eating in places because you don't know before you get there what's going on, the theme. I don't know, but like if I do still do any type of takeout, I'm gonna bring it home, salad and all, putting it in the microwave to knock some of that off of there. Now let's see. Do I have? Let's see. I think I got everything else, but the okay, like I said, this week was the WWW. Hold on, let me get this other right here down. This week was WWW. It was wild. Like I said, I found out this week that I was gonna be a Glam Ma on the internet, on Instagram with the financial secretary. But I understand. So congratulations to my little mini me. Okay. Right now, I think they are in Hawaii right now. Um, but it's the perfect storm. It's the perfect storm, y'all. So much, so much. I can't tell you all their business, but I felt I could share that. Okay. But the other thing was, so of course, at this point, I'm not retiring yet. In earlier videos, I was trying to keep up with the workplace stuff, shenanigans, but I had to it was just too much. It was just like survival mode. So it's like, you know what? I can't. I do have videos, but it's like it don't even matter. So I did rescind um my notice to retire. First of all, in 30 days, all I have to do is give a 30-day notice at this point. I don't want to ever give advance notice. Not that it was a bad thing, but it's just 30 days is sufficient. So, but I think for me, I just wanted to, at that point, for real, for real. It was, man, let this junk go. On your birthday, you turn 55, you eligible, get out of here. But then it became, well, you know what? Let me see what the election is going to do. Because I don't know what's going to happen. Now, I'll say this, and I always want to, I am an advocate of this right here. So I'm going to be very light when I say this. Protect your peace. Whether it's conversations about whatever you don't want to hear about it, baby, let me tell you, you done told them you don't want to hear it, and they want to yap your ear off about it. Don't feel bad about, standing how you feel and telling them they don't want to click. I almost had to do it to somebody really close to me yesterday after I told them on the phone. I don't want to hear. I called about one other thing. Then they went into, of course, blah, 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 blah. People have to get it out. I understand people need to get things out. I don't want to hear it. Don't blow up my phone about it. Hey, friend. All in the night, all over the people watch the. Oh, let me tell you what I did. I don't know if I made a video about this or not, but the night of the election, first of all, like I said, I wasn't feeling well, and I was still, but I just wasn't feeling well. That whole week had nothing to do with the election. Let's just say that. But I'm like, oh, I was feeling sick, and I said, well, I'm gonna not even watch any of this stuff. The election, whether it was bad or good, my way or the other way or whatever. I'm going to bed because I'm tired. I don't feel well. I whatever. And but some people stayed up all night watching it. You know. And well, yeah. But my whole thing is protect your peace. If you tell somebody you don't want to talk about politics, religion, or whatever, it's best to have those and stand firm on that because people need to get things out. They feel like, well, if I just need to find you a group online where you can talk. But in that, you got to go back and forth with the people who in there, and then you're being combative or they're being combative. I ain't got time for that. Protect your peace, okay? We don't know what's going to happen in the future about anything. Anything, everything is uncertain about every day of life. So just appreciate every day that we can wake up and move our limb, get up, stretch, might have an ache of pain or whatever. But I'm just not. I don't watch the news per se. I know enough. But I know that I'm going to have to unsubscribe to some news things because every other click, I may have had like 2 or 3 news stations or news things that you got to come from this way. This way, I'm at the point now where like, look, I, I, I want just enough to know and be aware. You know what I'm saying? But I don't need to know every turn by turn, every negative thing. Oh, this happened and this happened. But I still feel like I have always lived in a red state. Okay, let me just say that. And, you know, we managed to survive and kick through. Now, this is different, of course, but just protect your peace. For me, I'm going to get into my crafting, child. This week, I made some things for work. We had donuts for dads. I was making props. It was so fun. Okay, yes, it was so fun making the props. So you got to protect your peace. Whatever you have to do, get back into reading. There's been a wonderful trend going over on Threads. I don't know if you're familiar with Threads. I don't even know exactly where Threads come from. I don't know if it's an Instagram, if it's a Facebook, if it's I don't know. But Threads, I'm sure you're familiar with it. But I think it's Instagram. Oh shoot, that people are just supporting. Every few seconds, my phone is dinging that I'm getting somebody following me. I'm like, oh my gosh, who is that? Some names are recognized and some don't. So I think there's a trend going on that it's not even women because I had these men that I know are following me too. I'm like, oh my God, I ain't heard from you on Instagram in so long. But it was good to see them follow. I got to go back and follow them if I'm not following them because I know I follow on Instagram, but not on Threads because not everybody has Threads. Okay. But yeah, so whatever you have to do, it's a wonderful trend that people are following and supporting and vowing to shop small, supporting each other. Uh, People make the world go round. You know what I'm saying? It's different kinds of people in the world, bad and good, all over the place. So just maintain your peace and do whatever it is that you can to protect your peace. There's a lot going on in the world. There are people who are leaving here one way or the other. If you don't want to hear the latest puffy news, you should not be forced to have me call you. Girl, did you see what they said about this? Did you see that? Because everybody don't want to hear the latest puff. Okay, update. Okay, and some people do. But just know your tribe, know and respect other people's boundaries. You need to ask. Do you watch this or do you listen to that? If they say no, that's not the person you need to discuss both with, okay? Or the election with, or the politics, or the this and the that, or the whatever. Mm-mm. But anyway, y'all, thank you so very much. I think I got it. DoorDash got me up in here, okay? And so I'm grateful for that. I will check out some more of her content. Um, but I don't know. I don't know. I hope it's long term for her, but this feels like an anomaly that DoorDash is amassing this type of success. But with that, I feel like she could end up on some um, nationwide broadcast and things like that. But again, I just feel like I just want to feel out. I don't want to sound like that, but it's just I hope she can continue and parlay this into whatever it is that she wants to parlay this into. But also with that, everyone else. keep it in perspective that her success may not be your success, you know. But I think it does bring people together and have that conversation that we do need to support each other and, you know, do things like that. Now, I don't, what I'll say this and I'm gonna get out of the way, but let's say two people are on the same journey. One person might go here, here, here. The other person might just be stuck here and even here. But there should not be sour grapes or anger towards this person. Don't be mad at DoorDash because she's doing it and I'm still over here. Oh, let me see. You know, it is what it is. I can't be mad at DoorDash, babe. Doe is doing her thing. She done broke the code. And with that, she's inspiring other people. So do your thing, whatever it is, whether it's a YouTube journey or Etsy or whatever it is, whatever your journey is. Just find some kind of way to protect your peace and have some fun, child, because life is gonna be what it's gonna be. All right, y'all. Thank you so very much, and I'm getting ready to get out of here, and you'll see me at some point. Cause look, I'm told y'all I'm paying for this StreamYard, so live streaming is my favorite. Okay. All right, y'all. Let me get out of here, and baby, I've been promoted. Deuces, y'all. Bye for now.